And
why? Sound only goes down, not up?
No.
All right, now let me ask this question to you, Brayden. How
Here
much
we
of
go.
that? Screw you,
Whoa,
Rod.
I am.
Damn, man, you make me all self-conscious and shit.
You know what? There's a ghost. I'm fucking out.
Hey, it's LTG for PSS After Hours. Here with Rod once again. We got Brayden back, and Brayden's got some stuff he wants to talk to us about. So we're going to kind of do this as kind of an organic thing and just let him roll and just go from there.
Just really quick, we don't have Zeke no more with us. He's out of town already for good. We finally were able to get rid of the herpes.
Yeah, finally.
Took us long enough. God damn.
Antibiotics kicked in. Finally.
Finally, we got rid of him. Nah, just playing. He had to move out, and he's now in Texas. But he'll be soon. He'll be back soon.
Yeah,
Anyways,
we'll have him part of what we're doing.
welcome back, everybody. Since you already welcomed him back already, Brayden, thanks for being here. LT, thanks for having me back.
Yeah, it's good to see everybody.
It's been years and years.
I know, it's been a while.
It's been 30 years.
Oh man, that's what it feels like. Trust me, get my age, that's what it feels like.
All right,
shit.
Go ahead and get started.
Let's get to the topic that we're talking about of actually stuff that has occurred while you're working at the new place. So, has anything happened since you've been there, or have you heard any stories?
So, a couple small things have happened. At least me personally, and I've had a couple coworkers tell me that too, that they've had their own little experiences. My first one.
Let me ask this real quick. Sorry, cut you off. When you got there, did you ask people just because you're curious? Did you say, "Hey, what kind of weird stuff do you have happen?" Or did you just kind of? Because I mean, that was one of the things that once I recognized kind of what was going on, that's when I started. Any new person that showed up, I started asking them, so what's going on here? What's happening? I mean, what's kind of the weird stories that you've had before? So, I mean, did you talk to anybody prior to working, or kind of work and then just let things happen and then see what happens?
Yeah, it kind of just came up in the moment whenever I would do. So one of our, I guess, I wouldn't say primary jobs, it's just part of the job description. We'll do morgue transports. We'll go get them from the room, take them down to the morgue, and a couple times in the, I guess you could say, heat of the moment, they'll be talking about like their experiences, where they'll hear laughing, crying, depending on what kind of person they're picking up. Whether, unfortunately, it could be an infant or someone, at least in their 90s or so, but. The first one that kind of creeped me out a little bit, it was the first time me doing it on my own. They trusted me enough to the point where, they felt comfortable me doing it.
So you were transporting a body on your own?
Correct.
Okay.
So I had just taken what we call the Cadillac up to the room. It's essentially just your big old metal stretcher that's kind of like, I would say it's on hydraulics. It's just a couple different pedals to adjust the height or the angle it's at. And then a big old like cover with a sheet over it, just out of respect for
the person that is actually is deceased.
Correct.
Yeah. Right.
Because I'm pretty sure no one else where I work wants to see something like that.
Yeah, sure.
And especially any visitors that may be there. So as I get down to where the morgue is located.
So now when you're taking this body down to the morgue, do they have you take like a different route where people can't see you, or it's not quite as public to take the body down?
Yeah, so there's only really one way. So you have an area for just like staff. You have to take the staff elevators because those are like your bigger like freight elevators kind of thing. And then you just have the regular visitor elevators that are just what you would see at like a shopping mall. So they can't fit up like a bed or anything.
I was really going to say, dude, like, can you imagine? Because my dad passed away up at the University of Utah up at the U of U. But like, I'm just sitting here thinking, can you imagine if you were on just the regular elevator and they roll in with a stretcher with the sheet covering the body?
Hold on really quick.
Like, I'd shit myself, dude. Like,
I'm going to have to adjust the camera. I'm sorry for the people on Facebook, but I'm going to have to turn it around because, one, we can't be seen. and 2, the sound is coming in really low because we're really far away with that camera.
All right.
But anyways, keep going with your story.
But anyway, so like I was saying, like dude, that would be. So I'm glad that they actually had the foresight to set it up to where you're kind of going the back channels because holy shit, can you imagine going to visit a loved one and then you're on a elevator with a dead body covered with a sheet? Can you imagine that?
Oh, I'd lose it. I'd be like, what if that's them and I just didn't catch them in time?
That'd be weird shit. That'd be weird. Anyway, sorry.
No.
I was just thinking about that. So you take a back elevator, kind of the freight elevator, and then nobody can actually see the body being transported, right?
Correct. Yeah, because everything beyond that point, if you wanted to get to like the staff side, you'd need your ID badge. Other than that, you're not going to be able to get really anywhere in that area.
You get on the elevator, you take the body. I'm assuming it's kind of a basement type area.
Yeah, it's at the very, very bottom. So I get off the elevator, I start pushing it out, and it's a little bit of a ways because you come down the staff elevators from about 99% of the time from the main building. So it's usually a little bit of a trek because you got to walk down to the other side because that's where it's located. So it's a good maybe 2, 3, sometimes 4-minute walk. About halfway.
And you're just pushing the body the whole time.
Yeah, you're just pushing it the whole time. And
wait, so you get in the elevator by yourself with the dead body?
Yeah.
God damn.
And like I said, I'm okay with that because I'm going, what's it going to do? But at the same time, we're not going to.
What's it going to do?
No, but we're not going to. Look, even if it does come alive, what's it going to do? Right? Like, even if there is something evil or whatever, what's it going to do?
Open the goddamn bag.
Yeah, it's creepy. It's creepy because it's a dead body. But,
it is creepy.
But yeah, because it's a dead body. But is it going to do anything to you?
You know what's funny? I was going to work there, but I was like, you know what? Dead bodies? Nah.
Oh, come on.
Nah.
What's it going to do to you?
Look, it's graves. It's at night. You're carrying a dead body.
And?
You know where I come from?
I know. That's what I'm saying, though. Like, so, okay. All right. This brings up an interesting point. So you, with your personal feelings on this stuff, is it because of stuff you've experienced or is it because of kind of things you've heard as you've been raised or a combination of both?
It's a combination of both. You know, like the Mexican culture, it comes around with that shit. You know, it's just something that since the moment you're born, it comes on. It goes along, you know, it goes along. And you know what's funny? My brother used to work at a funeral home in Mexico. And he had to stay there with the body in the casket.
Well, has he had anything weird happen?
He hasn't told me anything, so probably did. I don't know.
See, you need to talk to him and ask him because I look at that and I say,
me and my brother don't really like talk a lot. It's just like, hey, that's about it.
Ask him anyway, just because I'm curious. Say, hey, I got a buddy that's just curious. Because
he's really curious.
Right, now, all right, let's get back to Brayden here. Right? I do. I want to know. Has anything? Did anything weird happen while you were transporting a dead body?
Yeah. So about halfway in.
Yes. He says yes. It's a yeah.
See, so I fucking told you.
It doesn't mean.
But what can it do? Oh, what can it happen? Okay. See, I'm fucking telling you.
I'm still saying that. I'm still saying that. What's it gonna do? What's gonna happen? So I'm asking Brayden, and once again, I want everybody, regardless of my opinion, I want everybody to throw out how they feel. And
fuck this shit. You can go by yourself,
right? But all right. So tell me what has occurred or what weird has happened.
So about halfway into me taking it down.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So halfway into me transporting it down to where it needs to go.
Now, when was this?
I'd say maybe a couple weeks ago. I'd say it was about my leading into my third week of being there.
Male, female? Did you know?
I believe it was a male at the time. But as far as that, I mean, like I have notes on every transport that I do, but you know, given that it's got info on there, I'm not gonna just blurt that out.
Yeah, for
Absolutely,
sure.
Yeah, of course.
But as I'm walking down there, I don't have keys on me just because where I'm going, it doesn't require keys. It's just the ID badge.
You put it on a little scanner at beeps.
Yeah, like that's just up on the wall.
Okay.
But before I get there, I hear footsteps and a set of keys behind me. So I'm thinking, it's probably one of the guys that I'm normally with that's training me, just caught up to me. But I turn around and it's a long hallway at the part where I'm at. I turn around, look, there's nothing. So I'm like, odd. Okay. Didn't think anything of it. Cause I had at least my car keys on me. So I was thinking maybe it was that, and maybe I took an extra step. So I keep going. But, when you have like a bunch of keys on a key ring, it's, all of them clashing together. It's not going to be a set of car keys. Because at the time, I only had 2 car keys that were next to each other. So there's no way it can make that much noise. And I would stop. I wouldn't turn around, but I would continue to hear the footsteps and the keys getting closer and closer. I was like, okay, this is starting to freak me out. I'm going to pick up the pace a little bit, get it down, put it, this body where it's supposed to be. And once I, put it where it's supposed to be, lock that door, walk out, put the paperwork in the office adjacent from where I just placed the body. Like the whole hallway down there, it's pretty warm down there. But after me completing everything I needed to do, I felt this like cold, like massive air, like wrap around me. But it wasn't. I wouldn't say that it was friendly, nor was it evil. It was just there. So I was checking to maybe see if I could possibly debunk this. As most experiences.
Yeah.
But there's only one door, or technically 3 doors that are nearby, but all 3 of them were shut. One of them leads outside into the parking lot. The 2 that I had just came out of, and I always make sure that no matter what, these doors were locked, shut.
Well, and 2, also, just to kind of back up what you're saying, 2, it's where we're talking about in Utah at this particular time, we're talking about 80 plus, 90 plus degrees at night.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, so this,
and you definitely felt cold.
Yeah, it was definitely ice cold for sure.
Okay, let me ask you this. Like I said, I never sit here and say you didn't feel what you feel or saw what you saw. I'm just asking to clarify. When did you feel this? Did you feel this once you got the body into the refrigerated room?
Oh, no. So this was, after I had placed it in the refrigerated room, I came out, took my gloves off, washed my hands, went and set the paperwork down in another room where it's placed. And then after I left that room, and that room's pretty warm too, just like the hallway. Once I get back out into the main hallway, that's when I felt it. So I was... Could
it have been that the air conditioning kicked on?
It's very well possible. Like, you can definitely tell when it does kick on because it is very loud and then it does get very quiet. So I'm wondering if at some point it did kick on, I just didn't hear it, and then maybe I was feeling it. I'm not 100% sure.
Right.
So given what I heard and then me feeling that and me feeling that kind of feeling before with what I've talked about the last couple times I was here, I kind of just wanted to get the hell out of there. Yeah, I was like, I'm going back upstairs. I'm good.
I've felt enough. I've kind of dealt with this. We're good.
Yeah.
I'm out.
I'm done.
All right. Now, let me ask this question to you, Brayden. How much of that do you think was more attributable to the fact that, if you can even answer it, I don't know. And once again, I'm just trying to find answers because I want to lend some credibility to what's going on here. Did you feel that feeling the entire time, or was it just kind of after a while you just felt a little creeped out about things, or was there something specifically that you felt? Do you know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? I mean, I'm just trying to look at this and say, all right, we have a dead body. That's creepy enough to most people.
Oh yeah, most people won't even think about doing it. They'll just be like, no.
No, I'm not going to do it, right? Now, unfortunately, I've seen a lot of dead bodies on crashes, on different incidences, and it's something that you see a dead body and look here. Quick story, real quick. when I think I was on about a week as a lieutenant in Section 4, which is the Salt Lake area with highway. And my second week working, we were doing a DUI shift. So we had everybody out working, and we get a call of a possible 4-person fatal accident on 201 and 202. All right. So I go hauling ass out there. The colonel at the time, he was on a motor, and he was hauling ass out there in front of me. I'm right behind him. And we get there, and when I get out, I'm new to the section. I don't know what the hell's going on, right? I'm new to Salt Lake and Graves. And my sergeant's there, and my sergeant sees me. As soon as I pull up, he got there right before I did. Great dude. I'm going to say his name just because he's an awesome dude, and I think he needs to be recognized. His name is Rob Nixon. Rob, if you're out there listening, I love you, brother. He was a phenomenal sergeant. I learned so much from him. But I showed up on scene, and then I had the battalion chief walk up to me as I was walking with my sergeant. He saw my butter bars, my lieutenant bars, and he goes, "Are you in charge of this scene?" And I was like, I looked at my buddy, I looked at Rob, Sergeant Nixon. I was like, "Am I?" And he was like, "Yeah, it's you, bro." And I was like, "Fuck. Yeah, I'm in charge." And he goes, "Yeah, we got 5 confirmed fatalities." And I was
God damn.
And I went, "Holy shit." And then somebody starts yelling at the battalion chief. And I look over to the side, and I see these 2 firefighters working on a small body. And I don't see what the body is at the time. I just see it's a smaller body. And I hear, he stops for a second. He listens to them. He turns and looks at me, and he goes, "Correction. We have 6 confirmed fatalities." Right? And I was like, what the fuck? 2 weeks in Salt Lake, and I have 6 fatalities on 1 crash?
Welcome to Salt Lake.
Now, mind you, the day before, one of my troopers got rear-ended by a drunk driver on I-15, and he was jacked up, right? So now I'm going, what the fuck? Like, I'm a lieutenant here. This is my first 2 weeks. Just yesterday, I had a trooper waylaid by a drunken driver, and now tonight I have a 6-person fatality. Now, here's the worst part, right? So the parents were picking up 2 of their kids from Salt Air. There was a rave going on at Salt Air, and they had their 11 and 12-year-old daughter at Salt Air at this rave. Now, I'm not saying I'm the best parent in the world, but letting my 11 and 12-year-old go to a rave,
no.
I'm just saying, I don't think so, right?
No.
So anyway, coming off of 202, back in the day, one thing I can say and pat myself on the back for is because of what I wrote up and talking to DOT, we had it set up so they changed that whole intersection after this particular incident, because I was like, 6 people dead on 1 crash? Are you kidding me? And we're not going to do anything about this intersection? Like, it drove me nuts. So I worked with DOT, and we got things changed. That's why if you go back out to SR 201, where 202 meets it, it's not anywhere close to where it was when this occurred. There were no lights. 202 came in, and if you thought you were clear, you could turn on 201 to either go westbound or back eastbound. Well, this car came across and was trying to go eastbound, and there was a car already on 201, and it T-boned him, right? So it killed mom and dad that were driving, killed 11-year-old daughter, ejected her, killed 12-year-old daughter, ejected her, killed 13-year-old girl that lived next door to them that they picked up because she hit their daughter who was 8. So when they were hit, I pull up to the scene, and I see the car where everybody is deceased. I see mom and dad dead in front driver's seat. Mom was driving, dad was in passenger. They're both dead. I look in the back seat, and I see a little girl about 8 years old, and there's a 13-year-old girl laying on her lap. So we deduce what happened was obviously because of that force, that 13-year-old girl, her head hit the 8-year-old girl's head and killed her immediately. They both died. And then the other 2 girls were thrown out of the car. Not a scene you really want to see your second week in Salt Lake, right? So I pull up on this. I got dead kids everywhere. I got a mom and dad that are dead. And I'm kind of, dude, I'm freaking out a little bit. I'm like, I don't even know what the hell I'm doing. Like, what am I supposed to do? So my sergeant walks up and he looks in the car and he sees something and he stops and he looks at me and I could see he's lost all the color in his face, everything. And I was like, what's up, Sarge? And he goes, nothing, I'm good. And I was like, no, you're not good. What's up?
Yeah.
And he said, well, my daughter has the exact same nightgown as that girl, that little 8-year-old girl that's dead. And she was dead and laying there, but her eyes were partially open. Now, I don't know if you guys have ever seen a dead body with the eyes partially open, just kind of...
I've seen multiple.
Blankly staring, but it's not the most settling thing in the world. It's a little bit weird to see. And he looked down at that. He saw that nightgown that the 8-year-old was wearing, and he had an 8-year-old. And his 8-year-old had the exact same nightgown. And I looked at him and I said, yeah, because he finally told me, my daughter has that same nightgown. And I was like, you're out of here. Take your shit, go home. You're done. I didn't have kids at the time, so it didn't bother me as much. Yeah, it sucks. There's kids dead everywhere. But I look at that and I see that whole thing. So anyway, so we deal with the whole thing. We get medical there. Medical shows up. Obviously, nobody can do anything for him. We had a body transport at the time because the morgue wouldn't come back up everybody. That's a whole different story. But we got there. They came, picked up all the bodies, and then the weirdest thing on this one was I'm up and I'm looking at the driver that was a female and the passenger that was a male, and I'm kind of looking, and I shine my flashlight into the area where the feet of the passenger are, where the dad was sitting. Right, I kind of flash my flashlight in there. I'm kind of trying to look and just see what's going on, and I see these two little eyes look up at me. It's like, what the fuck? Like, dude, I jumped back for a second. I was like, what the fuck? Like, what the hell? I got 50 freaking medical personnel and fire personnel and cops around here, and I see these eyes staring. Like, what the hell? Come to find out, it was a 9-year-old boy that was sitting on his dad's lap. And the only thing that saved his life was the fact that his mom and dad were a little bit big, right? And because they were a little bit big, when they were hit by that other car, their adipose tissue, their fat, kind of saved this 8-year-old from being killed. So he just, boom, ended up being stuck at the feet of where his dad was. He was sitting on his dad's lap, but he lived, right? So I see this and I'm like, holy shit, we got a boy here. We pop open the door, pull the kid out, but then all the other dead bodies sitting there. But I look at that, like I said, and I mean, my whole point for bringing that up was just the fact of it's not fun to be around or see dead bodies, right? So even me being in that situation out there around 50 other officers and firefighters and everybody else, I was creeped out.
Yeah, I mean, I would assume that.
Right? Like, I was creeped out seeing all these dead kids. Now, I'm wondering if that plays into, the only reason I bring that up is because I'm wondering if that plays into how you are feeling when you're transporting this dead body through these corridors by yourself, right? So did this stuff, once again, I'm going to say it again. I say it every time. I'm not saying you didn't experience what you experienced or saw what you saw. I'm just saying maybe there's another reason for it.
Yeah, see, every time I ever have an experience, I always try to do my absolute best in trying to figure out, is there another explanation to this? But even after that, I checked the other like hallways, corridors that branched off into different areas on that same level. Couldn't find anybody, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to check back on cameras just to see.
Sure.
And after me doing that, found absolutely nobody.
Now, see, that's something that I believe I would do, because if we had cameras in the stairwell at elevator lobby, I'd have been looking at those all day, every day on my first experience. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that I appreciate the fact that Brayden does that, because to me, that shows a certain sense of due diligence to say that, no, dude, I checked, I looked, I don't believe this stuff straight off the bat. So that makes me that's one of the things that starts building on that makes me say, okay, maybe, right?
Yeah.
Which is one big thing. I remember how I was telling you off camera that I met this girl, right? That I'm friends with my friend. No. It's not like that. No.
I know. I'm joking.
It's not like that.
I know it's gonna get you in trouble. I'm just
It's
joking.
not like
I'm
that.
joking.
But okay, so this girl,
I'm joking.
I was explaining to her the podcast. I was like, we just try to debunk things, the whatever it is. Like, if it's real, we're gonna tell you, okay, well, it is real. If it's fake, then we're gonna tell you, you know what, this is fake.
If
you know?
I believe that it possibly is real,
Yeah.
then you know you probably have something,
Yeah, just like the Grand Hall.
right? Yeah, there's
Which
something.
I don't really care about saying the name no more because fuck that place.
It's all right.
But we are already on time to finish this episode.
Are we already there?
Yes, sir, we are.
That was fast.
Yeah.
Well, hold on. Is there anything you want to finish with on this one?
Yeah, go
Brayden?
ahead.
Because I kind of usurped it. I apologize. but
You're
I-
good.
Like
there's
always
certain-
taking
I
over the
know,
fucking episode. Like
I know.
always.
I just have so many questions, man.
Always taking over the episode, like always.
Such a dick.
Anyways,
So I guess I got one more. I'll
Oh,
make it
people.
real quick.
wait. If it's the second story, then just leave it for the next episode.
Let's do that then.
So, all right. So let me ask you this. So let's finish with this then. So then, after you heard the keys, after you heard all of that, you went and actively searched to see if you could find anything.
Yes.
You looked at the cameras.
I call bullshit. I know Brayden. He's not gonna go look. You know what? There's a ghost. I'm fucking out. Did you actually go look for it?
Yes, I went back on cameras to see if
okay.
it could have been any of the housekeepers because they carry a set of keys.
Yeah.
To my understanding.
It was Jose.
Whatever.
Well, let me ask this question.
Shout out to
too,
Jose.
Then. Let me ask this question too. Then, hey, I don't want to. I don't want.
No, yeah.
No, I don't want to. I don't want to cut in front of Jose. Does Jose work up with you?
No.
No, Jose's. I'll tell you off camera.
All right, jackass. I was like, maybe there's something we need to give a shout out to. Screw you.
Well,
Rod.
I am giving a shout out to him because he used to work at Fashion Place.
Mm-hmm.
He was one of the best housekeeping guys out there. Like, we'll call him. He'll be there like in no time.
All right. Well, then give him a shout out. Say hello to him.
What's up, Jose? I don't know where the fuck you are, but if you're somewhere, send me a text on Facebook. I'll give you my number.
Yeah. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Right. So,
Don't listen to the white guy.
dude, I sounded okay, did I not?
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
All right. Damn, man, you're making me all self-conscious and shit.
No, you're good.
Shit.
Arriving late, you know, like shit.
Oh, dude.
We're always on time here, you know. It's anyways, let's finish the episode. We're already 2 minutes.
All right, so finish there, Brayden, before Rod cut us off with his bullshit.
Yeah, so after checking that whole area, even on the complete other side of that same level, on the other side of the hospital, I even checked the floor above. Not like I'm going to hear anything from the floor above.
Yeah.
They were only present on the floor above, cleaning the floors and all that other stuff. So it definitely seemed a little more creepy to me because they were nowhere near me at that time.
But all right, is it possible? Is it possible? I'm just asking for possible here, not even probable at this point. I'm saying possible. Is it possible that the people on the floor above you had keys and they could have been close to an air duct that actually connected with yours, that you could have heard their footsteps and could have heard their keys? Is that possible?
I don't know.
If you say it's not possible, then it's not possible. I'm asking.
I think it will be kind
Because
of
I'm
impossible
looking for-
because the air ducts are on the top, on the ceiling, right? Like on the top level, on the fucking place, right? Like they're not on the floor.
No, there's nothing on the floor. That's
Yeah,
all
exactly. So
up
I
on the
think it
ceiling.
will be kind of hard for you to hear keys and footsteps through the vents if the vents are on the top level. And there's
Why? Sound only goes down, not up?
no, it's not that.
Fuck, man.
Here we go again. No, the thing is like they're not the only ones in the hospital. Like there's other noises around them.
Sure.
So if it was possible that you could hear it through the vents, then you would not only hear the footsteps and the keys, but you would hear everything that's going on in that little area where they're at. You know what I mean?
Is that all you heard, though, was footsteps and keys?
Yeah, that's all I heard was just the footsteps and keys.
Yeah, but maybe they're not talking. What when I work, I don't talk. I just do my shit.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, yeah,
But
like a lot
I
of
know
them
the
there,
housekeeping.
Huh?
I know housekeeping, how they are.
they might not talk just by themselves, but when they're together, they definitely talk.
Yeah, see what I mean?
I don't know, dude.
See what I mean? You know what? We're going to have to go to this hospital now, see?
I'm good with that because we got Brayden there. Like I said, I got my other buddy that works there. And no, I'd like to go. I'd like to go and do this. But the other one that obviously we talked about, we've got to get done.
Jared, if you're looking at me right now, or if you're on the Facebook Live, which I don't think you are right now because you're probably passed out because you work rapes. But let me know, dude. We'll go to the U and record there. I wanna know what the fuck is going on in the U. So
No, and the other one we obviously have to do before you end up deciding to leave is we got to hit elevator lobby. So, all right, Brayden, sorry, man, I kind of usurped this, but I think we heard some kind of cool stuff about the U of U. Brayden's got another cool story that he wants to relate to us
his mom.
on the other episode, right?
Yeah.
Wow. Keep the shit above the belt, bro. So for Facebook Live, everybody out there, hey, it's where can they find us?
They can find us on. I almost left, dude.
I know. That's why I stopped you.
It's been so long.
It's been a while. That's why I stopped you.
PSS After Hours, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Reddit. Forget Reddit. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube and Twitch. Yeah, Twitch. Videos on YouTube are gonna go up very soon, so stay tuned for that shit. Thank you for having me. Where can they send us mail to?
Oh, send us any email that you may have to paranormalafterhours@gmail.com. Also, Rod, I want to say I thank you and I appreciate the effort you're putting into trying to get other stories on here and other stuff that's going on. We've got a lot of good stuff coming.
Yeah, we do.
And we'll have more guests sitting in the guest host chair there in the very near future. Rod also has found a way to get our editing done at a much more efficient cost to start.
Yeah.
See how things go. So anyway, I want to thank Rod once again for being here. I want to thank Brayden once again for being here, coming in and saying hello and giving us your bullshit story that I was able to completely debunk.
Yeah, okay.
It's all
It's impossible to get through the vents. Yeah, whatever.
I'm just saying, man, there's all kinds of real reasons in the world. And hey, by the way, did I tell you, Rod, that I did get my cryptozoology degree?
Yeah, you did tell me about that one.
Yeah, but did I tell you what my overall percentage was?
What was it?
98.
Oh, 98%.
98, bro. Hey.
That's how it's you when it's 100%.
Hey, let me tell you something. That was a 15-hour course. Let me tell you something. It was everything of 15 hours. It was, I have to admit, it was a pain in the ass on that one. It was a pain in the ass, but I got it done. And so now I can speak a little bit more. Right on. Well, hey, we're out of here. I'm going to sign off as LTG for PSS After Hours, for Rod, who's behind the cameras turning everything off, for Brayden once again. Thanks for coming in. Hey, everybody, remember a few things, and it's this. Be safe, watch your six, keep your powder dry. And hey, Rod, what happens?
Things are going to get a little weird.
They're going to get a little weird. Thanks, everybody. Take care.